every time they say history repeats itself, we often ask, why is it repeating itself? Are we not living in a history that is repeating itself? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yvette Creates is the name. If you're new here, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and all the good things that you can do to my video. President Moi, former President Moi became the president of Kenya in 1978 to 2002. And how did he become the president? The then president, Kenyatta, had just died. So that is how Moi was the vice president, and that is how he assumed the presidency at the time. So, you know, when he got to presidency, it was all cool, all good. Until this guy, there was a coup attempt in 1982. And that is when this guy put his guards up. He said, so these people want me to get gone. These military people, they don't want me to get gone. There are a few people who were arrested at the time, but the guy then developed a thick skin. He said, you people are not going to get me out of this seat as you guys are thinking. It's not going to be easy peasy for you people. It's not going to be ABCD for you people. So he decided to become a dictator. He would dictate everything. He would dictate, no freedom of expression, no freedom of nothing. And that is how we got the famous second liberation that people usually talk about, because people had to fight, people had to fight against that rogue regime at the time. So what are some of the similarities between Moi's regime and the current regime that we have? So the same way, there are abductions now. Abductions has been making headlines for the past, now up to a month. I've made videos about it, talking about it. So the same way there were abductions, the same way any dissenting voice, they would thwart you, they would abduct you. Some people were even killed. There are remarks made by his loyalists. There were remarks made by Moi's loyalists at the time. He had these loyalists. He had several of them. Number one, he had this one. He had the chairman for KANU at the time was Kihika Kimani. There was Wilson Leitich. There was former Mvita MP Sharif Nasir, underline that name. So there was also former MP Mulu Mutisia. There was Olo Aringo, and then there was Burudi Nabwera and Ezekiel Barngetuny. So as I was saying that you should mark the name of Sharif Nasir, do you remember just recently there was a woman, Beatrice Elashi, who said that if you don't like Kenya, if you're complaining that Kenya is in the wrong hands, or Kenya is not doing any, you should go out of the country. Do you know that is the same remark that this Sharif Nasir guy said? He said that mpende msipende, KANU itatawala miaka 100. Na wale hawataki KANU watafute nchi nyingine. Like, KANU is gonna reign for 100 years, and if you don't like KANU, look for another country. So KANU was the ruling party then, and it was only one party ruling for all that time, headed by that Moi guy. So I was saying abductions were happening. He had loyalists surrounding him, and then any dissenting voice, if you try to dissent and to just criticize the government, they would say you are an enemy of progress, you are an enemy of the government. Does that sound familiar? They'll say that you don't want the government to grow, you don't want the government to progress, you don't want the government to carry out its mandate. So he had this one guy called JJ Kamotho, who would talk and defend him in every place that he went to. He would defend Moi without fear of contradiction, without fear of being... He would defend Moi with all his muscles. And this guy, JJ Kamotho, what would he get in return? He would be given ministerial positions. He would get ambassadorship, like he would be an ambassador, he would be a minister. He would get all goodies that he can get from the government. Does that sound familiar? Do you know somebody who defends Ruto with all his might, with all his soul, with all his body, with all his mind, with all his... Do you know someone? Yeah. So JJ Kamotho, we have a JJ Kamotho now. And you might be asking, how can Ruto be an incarnate of Moi? Ruto joined politics in 1992, thereabouts, when he was just finishing uni. And he joined as part of the YK92 youth. So YK92, let me see what YK92, YK92. So it's Youth for Kanu 92. It was a lobby group of politicians from the Kenya and from Kanu that was consolidated with the stated aim of rallying support and funding for the then incumbent president of Kenya in Kenya's first multi-party elections since the end of the Cold War. So that is just what Google is saying. So Ruto was part of it. Let us see the members of that youth group. So I know Jirongo was there. Was part of it. So there was Cyrus Jirongo, there was Sam Nyamoya, Patrick Musumba, Gerald Bomet, Mika Kigen. So those were parts of that group. So do you know that group was crafted solely to try and maintain power within KANU, so that KANU would not be ousted as the leading party. That was the sole function of the group. So that is how Ruto started his political journey. So Moi is literally the mentor of Ruto. Moi is literally the person who taught Ruto what to do. Or if he didn't teach him directly, at least he copied something. He borrowed a leaf. If you have a mentor, you'll tend to talk like a mentor. You'll tend to walk like a mentor. You'll tend to think like your mentor. You tend to do things as they did. And that is what is just happening right now. So the only thing shielding us from going into full dictatorship like Moi was is the Constitution Kenya 2010, which the president was opposing, by the way. Just by the way. So comment below any parallels you're seeing in Ruto's government that was also in Moi's government. Comment below. What do you think? Is Kanu reincarnated in UDA, and UDA has merged with the ANC, by the way? Then it's now UDP, United Democratic for Change, something of the sort. United Democratic for Change. That is the name now. Yeah, but comment below the parallels that are there in Moi's government and in Ruto's government. And by the way, just to add on it is, are we going to have elections in 2027? Because we are supposed to be having an electoral commission by now, which we don't have. And in the constitution, the constitutional time frame for elections is 5 years. So it means by now, if we don't have a functioning IBC, when will we have it to even have the normal civic education for rallying up voters to come and register as voters? Comment below. Thank you so much for watching my video till this point, and I hope you enjoyed my video. I'll try to do even more. Thank you so much. If you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and please share this video so that more people will know of Yvette Create. Thank you and bye bye.